Dear listener, prepare yourself. For this is the tragic tale of Miquella and Radahn, the star-crossed demigods of the lands between. Two brothers, bound by blood yet separated by fate. But to understand their story, we must first journey back to the beginning. To a time when the lands between were shaped by the will of unseen gods.
Long ago, we began as stardust, born of a great rupture far across the skies. We too are children of the greater will. Is that not divine? Is that not sublime?
In the beginning, there was the greater will. From the cosmos, it sent forth the Elden Beast, a creature of living cosmic law, which would become the Elden Ring, the source of order in the lands between. But the greater will needed a vessel, a god to embody its will and rule over the lands between. It was then that a young woman named Miquella was chosen. Miquella ascended to godhood through the power of the Elden Ring. She became Queen Miquella the Eternal, establishing the Golden Order and ruling over the lands between as its god queen.
I declare mine intent to search the depths of the Golden Order. Through understanding of the proper way, our faith, our grace, and our blessing shall be rightfully restored.
Miquella took Godfrey as her first Elden Lord, and later, in a union that defied understanding, merged with Radahn to rule as one. From these divine unions came a lineage of demigods. Among them were two half-brothers whose fates would become inexorably intertwined. Miquella, son of Miquella and Radahn, was cursed with eternal youth, yet blessed with unparalleled intellect and charm. His twin sister, Malenia, suffered from the incurable scarlet rot, driving Miquella to seek a cure at any cost.
I will not abandon her. To be alive, to be born unto this world, that alone is a great miracle. There must be a way to save her.
But Miquella possessed another gift, or perhaps another curse. He had the power to bewitch others, to steal hearts with mere words or a touch.
Once, in an attempt to free Lord Morg from his enchantment, I challenged tender Miquella, only to have my own heart rather artfully stolen. I knew not how weak I was.
Radahn, son of Radahn and Renala, grew to become a titan among men. His prowess in battle was matched only by his mastery of gravity magic, which he used to ride his comically undersized yet beloved steed, Leonard.
General Radahn, mightiest of the demigods, he who holds back the very stars.
Despite their differing paths, a deep connection grew between Miquella and Radahn. As the years passed, Miquella's brilliance and Radahn's strength only grew. And then, in a moment that would change the course of history, Miquella approached his half-brother with a vow.
Lord brother, I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort. I'll make the world a gentler place.
With these words, the stage was set for a love story that would transcend the very laws of gods and men. The path of true love is never smooth. First and foremost was the taboo nature of their relationship. Half-siblings they were, and while the ways of gods often differed from those of mortals, even this pushed the boundaries of acceptance in the lands between. And though Miquella's mind was that of a brilliant adult, his body remained that of a child. This disparity raised uncomfortable questions about the nature of their bond and Miquella's ability to rule as a god. As for the mighty general of Caelid, Radahn's responsibilities to his people and his armies weighed heavily upon him. How could he balance his role as a leader with the promise of being a divine consort? Undeterred by the whispers and doubts, Miquella set his grand plan into motion. He created the Erdtree, a sanctuary to rival the Erdtree itself.
This Erdtree shall be a haven for all those cast aside by the Golden Order. Here, we will nurture a new age of compassion.
Despite his efforts, Miquella could not find a cure for Malenia's scarlet rot. Realizing that his current form was insufficient for his ambitions, he made a fateful decision.
To save Malenia, to become worthy of my consort, to achieve godhood, I must transcend this cursed flesh.
Miquella entered a cocoon-like structure within the Erdtree. This self-imposed chrysalis was meant to allow him to grow beyond his eternal youth and emerge as a being worthy of both godhood and Radahn's love. But fate had other plans.
Queen Marika had come to doubt the Golden Order. The truth she glimpsed drove her to despair. She saw a world without purpose, without the guidance of grace.
O Radahn, leal hound of the Golden Order, thou'rt yet to become me, thou'rt yet to become a god. Let us both be shattered, mine other half.
And so Marika shattered the Elden Ring. The shattering, as it came to be known, plunged the realm into chaos. Demigods warred against one another, each seeking to claim the fragments of the ring. It was in this tumultuous time that Miquella, still within his cocoon, made a fateful decision.
Sister, I need you to confront Radahn. You must defeat him, utterly. His death is necessary for our future.
Malenia, ever loyal to her brother, marched south to Kelid with her forces. The clash between the blade of Miquella and the Star Scourge was cataclysmic. But as the fight wore on, Malenia found herself unable to best the mighty Radahn. In a moment of desperation, she made a terrible choice.
I am Malenia, blade of Miquella, and I have never known defeat.
With these words, she unleashed the full power of her scarlet rot, engulfing both combatants and the surrounding lands of Kelid. As Radahn fell, Malenia whispered to him,
Miquella awaits thee, O promised consort.
When the bloom subsided, Radahn was forever changed. His mind was reduced to madness. The mighty general now wandered his own lands, devouring the corpses of fallen warriors, a shadow of his former self.
Forgive me, my love. This suffering is but temporary. Soon, we shall be reunited in the realm of shadow.
Malenia's faithful knight, Finley, carried her broken body back to the sanctuary of the Erdtree, where she would rest. With Radahn reduced to a mindless state and Malenia in a deep slumber, Miquella turned to more desperate measures, manipulating Morg, Lord of Blood. He intended to use Morg's body as a vessel, a means to resurrect and house Radahn's shattered mind and soul.
Miquella is mine and mine alone. As slumbering beauty, as tender youth, as the seed of my new dynasty.
As Miquella worked in secret, he created a split version of himself, Saint Trina, who would remain in the lands between while he ventured into the realm of shadow. Once part of the lands between, the realm of shadow was sealed off by Marika. It became a domain of death, disconnected from the grace of the Erdtree.
Make Miquella stop. Don't turn the poor thing into a god. Godhood would be his prison. A caged divinity is beyond saving. You must kill him. Grant him forgiveness.
And so Miquella made his final journey into the realm of shadow. Abandoning his flesh, his eyes, his very identity, he waited at the precipice of godhood. All that remained was to wait for a champion, a Tarnished guided by grace, to set these final pieces into motion.
My promised consort. Soon your soul shall inhabit this new vessel, and we shall be reunited. The world will know the compassion we envisioned.
At last, the moment Miquella had long awaited arrived. You, the Tarnished, guided by grace, stepped into the realm of shadow. You ventured into this twilight realm, facing trials and foes beyond imagination. Among these was Mesmer the Impaler, Miquella's half-brother, abandoned in the land of shadow by Queen Marika.
I will not suffer, a lord devoid of light. O Mother, forgive me. Soon, Tarnished, wilt thou be taken in the jaws of the abyssal serpent, shorn of light?
At last, you stood before the threshold of destiny. Beyond lay the culmination of Miquella's grand design, young Radahn restored to his prime, inhabiting the body of Mol.
Tarnished, you who would be Elden Lord. Will you deny us our gentle world? Our age of unending compassion?
The battle that ensued was nothing short of legendary. As Radahn faltered, Miquella himself finally emerged. He enveloped Radahn, forms merging in a hauntingly beautiful union.
Join us in a 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
But the wheels of fate would not be so easily turned. Bound by your own destiny, the Tarnished had no choice but to see this tragedy through to its bitter end. And so, with a final heart-wrenching blow, the star-crossed lovers fell. Miquella and Radahn, separated by fate for so long, were at last united, not in godhood, but in the embrace of death. As their forms faded, a memory crystallized in the air. The moment of their vow so long ago.
Lord brother, I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort. I'll make the world a gentler place.
And so ended the tale of Miquella and Radahn. The Tarnished stood alone, witness to the final act of a tragedy centuries in the making.
The age of the Erdtree is over. A new age must dawn. But what that age will be, that choice belongs to you, Tarnished.